Hello and welcome back. Susan Zummo here, intuitive and originator of soul patterning harmonics. I hope that last week's message was uplifting and positive for you. I can honestly tell you that all of the beautiful comments that were left uplifted me, and I appreciated that very, very much. So thank you for watching, for commenting, and for sharing. It helps to get the message out to everybody who needs to hear it. And I know sometimes I need to hear it too. So when I tuned in today and asked my guys, what do we want to talk about today? The question I got back was, what do you see when you look at the stars? Now, some people will see some twinkly lights and go, oh, isn't that pretty? Some people will look up at the stars and see home. Some people will look at the stars and think of adventure. What do you think of when you look up at the stars? What do you see when you look up at the stars? And the reason that they asked that question is because they followed it up with the statement that we all contain the stars within us. We contain the entire universe within us. But we hardly ever, sorry, I was trying not to sneeze, but we hardly ever think of ourselves in that way. We don't think of ourselves as a vast universe. We don't think of ourselves as large or important or vital. Many of us look up at the stars and feel very, very small. A tiny speck on a planet in a huge galaxy, among other huge galaxies. And we can feel very insignificant at times. And they wanted to remind me and remind you that we are far from significant. We are so vital, and especially at this time, we are so vital in the grand experiment of the ascension, which is just a shift in consciousness, right? Everyone is watching us. There are visitors from other galaxies who are just observing us because it's like watching a game, and everybody's rooting for their team. Well, we're that team, and they are all rooting for us to make this shift in consciousness. Because when we make that shift in consciousness, that change will ripple out throughout the entire universe and have a positive effect on everyone and everything, including those stars and those star systems and all of the planets and all of the possibilities that are out there. So many of us already know that we are not alone and that it is pretty arrogant to assume that we are the only intelligence in our universe or any universe. So we have to know that what we do affects everyone. And that, again, brings home the point that we're not insignificant. So when we look at the stars, we might want to look at them and see a part of ourselves, right? A part of the galaxy that is outside of us rather than within us. If we want to touch that, and physically you're not going to get in a rocket to go up there and check it out, we can do that by going within and moving our consciousness to any place in the universe that we desire. And as human beings, we have the ability to do that. So that's something for you to think about, maybe something to play with, especially for those of us who have reached out and made contact with our cosmic brothers and sisters and feel very comfortable or feel at home moving in that direction. So for those of you who have been doing this for a while or are already doing it, this is just something to think about, that again, it's not out there, it's in here. And the only reason that you can contact stars or cosmic brothers and sisters or any kind of galactic being is because you're already matching their frequency in a harmonic way. And so that's something to remember as well. Because if there wasn't any harmonic resonance, you would not be able to make contact. Think about that, right? The law of attraction is always at work. All right. So the next thing that they said to me was, can we be open to knowing something different about ourselves? So I know all about me, right? I know who I am. I know my past. I know my likes, my dislikes. I know my challenges, right? I know my annoying habits. And you probably know all those things about you, right? Hopefully, we all know all the wonderful things about ourselves and we know how we are positively impacting the world. Hopefully, we know that we are connected to Source and filled with love and light. But, and here was the question, do you know everything that there is to know about you? And I was told that we don't, that there are talents, there are areas within ourselves waiting to be discovered, skills, opportunities, areas that are being waiting to open up, to embrace us and to be utilized. And a lot of these areas involve self-love. A lot of these areas are activated by us merely looking for them, merely wondering, what is there about me that I'm not aware of? Bring it to my attention. We are infinite beings. Now, we're infinite beings kind of squished down into these bodies. And so we think that what we see and what we know is all there is. They said no. They said that there is an unlimited universe within us waiting to be expanded, waiting to be uncovered, and waiting to be utilized. And so I said to them, well, that's great, but you can't find what you don't know. And they said, you can. All you have to do is be willing and open to discovering new things about yourself. Be willing and be open to being different than who you are right now. We have a very fixed idea of who we are. I know who I am. I know how I'm going to react, right? I know how the world works. I know how I worked. And they said, that's great, but they can also be very limiting and rigid ideas. And so if we allow ourselves the possibility to be different than who we are, to be someone other than who we are, we can grow, we can expand, and we can change. And as we do that, what is possible for us, what is available to us, also opens up and changes and expands. And that's very exciting. I found that to be very exciting. I'm very open to being different from who I am right now. And I know within myself that being different means being better, being more positive, being more alive, right? Being more engaged with life, being happier, being more enlightened, filled with light than I already am. How that's going to look, I don't know, because I haven't discovered that within myself yet. But I'm open to it happening. And one of the things that I do know about creation is that it starts with intent. And so if we have the intent to be different, to be open, to be more joyful, right? To be more engaged, to be greater than who we are right now, to be a star, that those things can happen for us. Those changes can happen within us. Those discoveries can be made. So I was reminded that we are in a time period where the energies are actually there to support change. We are past the time period where change happens in a very methodical and slow progression. We are making change in leaps and bounds now. And as you know and have felt, time is speeding up. No more time for plotting and plotting and plotting, right? Now we are making leaps in consciousness, and that's a great thing. We are moving into a period of time where those leaps are going to occur faster and faster. And if you look at the world around us, you can see that things are happening in a very rapid pace, all over, all kinds of events, not just within us. But those changes and leaps that happen within us are what foment the changes that are happening in the world outside of us. We know that, right? Everything flows from the inside out. So what you know about yourself is going to impact the changes that you can make. We've got to expand what we know about ourselves and what we know is possible for us. So while they were talking to me about this, I was reminded of the Matrix, right? For everyone who's seen the Matrix, we all remember that scene where Neo is going to jump off the building and he's going to land on the next rooftop. But instead, he falls flat on the concrete. Well, why did that happen? It happened because he did not believe or know that he was going to make the leap. What he knew about himself was that he wasn't ready and he still had fear. And so these are the things that we need to know about ourselves. If we're going to make that huge leap in consciousness, we have to know what fears are holding us back. We have to know ourselves well enough to know that we might not be ready, that we might have to do something before we make that huge leap. But we do know that at some point we are going to make that leap, just like Neo did, right? When he lost his fear, then he was able to do all of the things that he did. And so that's a good lesson for us, is to release that fear. Now, I'm going to tell you that, and that's not why I'm talking about it, but when we get into the fourth portal, we're going to be awakening the child within. And the child within us is fearless. And that journey through that portal is going to help us release those old fears and make those leaps in consciousness fearlessly. And so I'm going to invite you to join me at the third portal, and that's going to happen in April. I think it's in April. Anyway, check the website and check down below, and you'll be able to find the date. But if that sounds interesting to you, please join me. Reach out to me. I think you'll find it very beneficial. I've gotten great results and great feedback from those who've taken the classes and joined me in the first three portals. So you may find it exciting too. In any event, everything is moving as it should. And that's what I really want you to take away from all of this. Know that you are larger than you think you are, or you perceive yourself to be. You have an entire universe within you, and you are absolutely magnificent. And so that's the message for this week. Until next week, you know I'm going to wish you many blessings. And I mean that from my heart to yours.